Hi, I hope you're good. As you know, I'm all about business and trying to create that extra revenue or extra source of income. So this is one of the businesses that I run, which is a printing business. And today I just want to take us through a journey for those that probably have the desire to start a printing business, or let's say you already have the equipment, you just bought them recently and you are kind of struggling to get to understand how to go through different printing processes. So I'm gonna be releasing videos, tutorial videos often, step by step. Today we're going to get started with sublimation. As you know, there are various types of printing. There's what we call sublimation. There's DTF. DTF is like the one that I'm wearing. This is DTF, or this is my phone cover. I also did it with DTF. So we are going to look into these things at a later stage. So there's sublimation, DTF, vinyl, there's UV, there's all sort of different types of printing. So today we're just going to look at the entry level, which is sublimation, but there's so much actually that you can do with sublimation printing. You can do t-shirts, you can do key rings, you can do name tags, you can do mugs, you can do bottles, you can do phone covers also. So there's quite a wide range of things that you can do with sublimation as well. So today I want us to go through a sublimation process of a mug. They call it a magic mug. The reason why they call it magic mug, it's because it looks black, but then when you pour hot water inside, the color changes and the design that you printed on it will show. So that's why they call it the magic mug. But anyway, you will see how it will look like once we are done printing on it. So what do I have with me here? I have my heat press. Of course, we're not going to make use of the heat press today, but we are going to make use of the mug press. So why is my heat press here? It's because my heat press will generate power for my mug press. So I'll have to connect my mug press to my heat press. So it's simple, and also the mug press comes with various, should I call them grabbing cones or grabbing material. They come in different sizes, basically, depending on the size of your mug. For instance, I think the one that I was using there, it's not for this mug. I think I was doing a bottle there, but I think this is the one for this particular mug. Yeah, as you can see, it fits in properly. So I'll have to change that grabbing, I don't know how to call it. So I'll have to change this, and it's very simple. You just have to unscrew this. Just have to unscrew this. Just have to make sure that you release all 4 screws. Yeah. So what you have to do is you just have to look at the size of your mug, because I think mugs comes also in different sizes. There's the coney shape, there's the straight cylinder shape. The one that I have with me here, it's just a normal cylinder shape type of mug. But also these things also come in various forms and shapes and sizes. For instance, here with me I do have the coney shape one. Oh boy, you see, there's a coney shape one. It looks like a cone. So for those mugs that have a coney shape, you can make use of this one. But for the work that we have today, I will have to make use of this. Let me just check if it's dirty. Just have to clean it up a little bit inside here. Yeah. Okay, it's cleaned up. Just have to slide it back in. and then lock it up again with the screw. Come on. Yeah. So once this is in, the other ones will be easier to put in. All right, there we go. Locked up. You two. Locked up also. Come on, just came out. Okay. All right. It's locked up as well. The next one. The next one. Yeah, see? It's not easy to lock them up. So make sure that all 4 of them are locked in, because so that it can have a proper grab, or else you will not have a proper printed item. So make sure that it's locked in nicely and secured. And then what you do is you take this and you connect it. Yeah, and then you just make sure that it's tight in there. So now listen to me very carefully. You don't turn on the heat press or the machine before you insert the mag inside of the mag press, or else you are going to blow the whole machine. So always make sure that there's a mag inside the mag press before you can turn on the machine. My machine is still off, and I'm gonna leave it like that until I'm done with all the other processes. So as I told you, I have my mag press, I have my heat press. I just changed the grabber in there, and then the next thing I have is my printer, which is an Epson EcoTank L3250. It is a converted one. I bought it as an inkjet, so I just converted it into a sublimation printer. Very important. So once you buy the printer, you must make sure that you put in sublimation ink first before you can put in. Don't even put in the inkjet ink. So just buy sublimation ink. Once you buy the machine, once you buy the printer, pour inside the sublimation ink, and then make sure that you regularly use it so that the ink do not clog. So this is my printer, and then I have my heat tape heat resistant tape. Yeah, heat resistant tape. And I have my pair of scissors, which I'm gonna make use as well. And finally, I have sublimation paper. I have sublimation paper, so make sure that you use sublimation paper. You don't just use any type of paper when you're doing sublimation. So make use of sublimation paper. So I'll put in, and I also do have my white paper. Just I will show you what you're gonna need it for, what you're gonna need them for, your white papers. So you put in your sublimation paper. Always make sure that you put the creamy side in front. You see, the paper has got 2 colors. There's a creamy color in front, and then there's a, I don't know if it's pink or what, there's a pinkish color at the back. So make sure that you put the creamy side in front. That's where the print is going to be on. And then the next thing now, what you have to do is you need to make sure that your design is up to date. So that is why you see I have my computer here to make sure that I have my design. And always remember to always design your artwork according to size, to the size of what you want to print on. So I do make use of Canva. I find it very easy and fast to do my work on it. So I had already laid out the work. So basically, here's my Canva. I just need to put everything together, all the designs. I just need to put all the design in together. I've created a sheet, an A4 sheet, where I'm just going to place all my design on them. But as you can see, I've got various designs here. So what we are printing on today is the happy 70th birthday and the picture below. And on the side, you see I do have other designs because I just didn't want to waste paper. So what I'm going to do is I will print both on a magic mug and a magic mug, and also on a normal white mug. So I didn't want to waste paper, or else I was going to have a remaining of an empty page there. So that's why I designed the other two things. So yeah, let's go. So once your design is on, what you need to do is convert it into PDF, and then after converting it into your PDF, now what you do is you come to you save it, and then after saving it, now you come to your printing setup. You make sure that it's on A4, and then you go to your print settings. Make sure that you choose the Epson matte, and make sure that it's on high quality, and do not forget to mirror the image, because what sublimation, when you're printing on when you're printing sublimation, what it does is the image comes on a reverse. So when you put it on mirror, when then you put it on the product, it will then look correct. So if you just print it normally as you would print anything, it will not look correct, because here, remember, you have to put the design on the product that you are printing on. So yeah, so that's why it must always be mirrored. And then the next thing you do is you print. Let's print and see. Let me just print 2 pages just to be safe, in case one of them doesn't come out correct. No, let me just print 1. I trust my printing skills. So let's see what comes out. Instead of wasting paper, I'll just print it straight. All right. So let's wait for it to finish printing. Once that's done, I will tell you what to do next. So we are waiting, but remember, as I said, don't turn on your heat press before putting in the mug. So what I am going to do in the meantime, as we are waiting for the machine to finish printing, what we are going to do is we are going to cut the white paper. Now the reason why I have the white paper, it's because I'll have, after I have attached my printed design on the mug, I will have to put a white sheet on top of the printed design to make sure that the ink does not overlap on my mug grab, because many a times the ink does overlap, or when you hit it, the heat actually is it the right term, smudges the ink, and then the ink can actually overlap onto the mug grab. So that's why I have the white sheet with me, just to make sure that my mug grab remains clean. So yeah, that's why I have my white paper here. I'm just trying to make sure that it is, yeah, according to size. Even if it's a little bit bigger, that's not a big deal, because remember, it will have to go inside the mug grab. So here we go, here we go. I do have a paper cutter, but it's a bit far now, and there's no space on the table here to put it on, so I'll do it the old school days. Just put saliva. I don't know if you remember, during primary school, we used to do this when we want to cut paper. Instead of using a scissor, you just put saliva on the paper, and then here we go. See? So if you didn't know that, at least I showed you a trick today. So we have this ready, and then waiting for the print to finish up. Once the print finishes up, we are going to make use of the heat resistant tape to attach the design on the mug. The reason why we use the heat resistant tape is because it will not damage the product or the mug. Because remember, when you are printing, there's a lot of heat that is being generated, and it can easily damage a normal tape. So that's why we don't use normal tape. So I am cutting now the design. I'm not cutting according to what has been designed here. I'm just cutting the edges, because many a times when you are printing, the ink does stay on the edges of the paper, and if you're not careful, that ink will actually mess your product. So that's why I am cutting this, to make sure that I remain only with what I want to print on. See that? Yeah. So let me just close this, because I'm done with my computer now. So cut it in the middle. So now what I'll do is I'll then take, because I want the design to be on one side and then the writing on the other side. So that's how it's going to be. So let's do it. Let's get it done. Just need to make sure that it's correctly placed. It is indeed correctly placed. So I'll have no choice but to try and cut a bit of this, because it's too long. Right there. Okay. So yeah, here we go now. The picture on one side. Actually, this work here, it's actually for a client, and I'm using a client order to actually make this tutorial. So I'll have to make sure that I have the heat resistant tape cut already. Since I already know where I have to place my design, I'll just cut this. For now, I'll just have to attach it there. How many will I need? I think about 4. 2, 3. I'll just cut 5 or even 6, just to be safe. 4, 5, and 6. Here we go. 6. So now I'll take this and put it here. Let me just wipe it again, just to make sure that my fingerprint and stuff don't remain there. So once you are done placing your design, you put your white paper on around your design. It's nice and steady. Then what you do is you just slide it into your mic press, and then you close it up, Make sure that it's tight enough. Yeah, make sure that it's tight enough. And once that's done, what you do is you then put on your stopwatch. Put on your stopwatch for about 4 to 5 minutes. Sometimes I even go up to 6 minutes. You put on your stopwatch and then you turn on your heat press, because everything is already connected. You turn on your heat press, you put on your stopwatch for about 4 to 5 or 6 minutes, and then let's see what the result will be. Okay, so the 4 minutes are over. What we do is we then turn off our heat press. We turn off the heat press and yeah, we stop the stopwatch. Then we open up our mag press. It's very, very hot, I tell you. So don't try and touch it with your bare hands. So what I'm gonna do is I will try and get a cloth just to help me. Yo, this is a microfiber cloth. I'll just try and, sorry, I didn't bring any other cloth around me here. Okay, so I'll just have to fold it properly. This is very dangerous what I'm doing here, so I don't urge you to try and do this, because this is very, very hot. It can burn you seriously. As you can see, the mug has turned white. So now what we have to do is, just to be safe, I'm not going to open the whole thing. I'm just going to open a little bit in order to peep in to see if the job was done correctly. If not, I'll have to somehow put it back again for about maybe a minute or so, just to make sure that the design is well on. But as far as I can see, it is fine. It is correct. Yeah, as far as I can see, everything is fine. Yeah, as far as I can see, I think everything is fine. It is fine. So we take out the white paper, okay, and then the sublimation paper also just came out anyway. So let's just take everything out anyway. Yeah, everything is out. See how beautiful this looks. Can you see that? Can you see that? See how beautiful this is? So let me just try and get closer to the camera. Can you see how beautiful this is? See how beautiful this is? So, just have to make sure that I don't hold it or else I'm gonna get burned. So, I'm going to put it down here and wait for it to cool off. So I'm just gonna leave it there and wait for it to cool off. And when it cools off, it will be black again. The mug will turn dark again. And then when you put hot water in, it will again brighten up and show the design. So let's do the experiment and see how it's going to look like. All right, so up next, we are going now to try the experiment. As you can see, the mug has turned black or dark. So now we're going to try and see how the magic mug works. As you can see, it's dark, no design, no whatsoever, because it has cooled down. So now we are going to pour in hot water and then see what happens. Check it out. Can you see what is happening? Can you see what is happening? There you go. Isn't this cool? See that? This is pretty cool, right? As you can see, the design is showing up again. And here we go. So basically, this is how we do the magic mug. And thank you so much for joining me in this tutorial. As a matter of fact, this is another source of income. So basically you can now decide to start doing these things for schools, for events, for your church members. So just let people know that you now run a printing company, and you make your money out of it. And so basically, instead of just remaining with one source of income, I'm always an advocate of people thinking out of the box, having that entrepreneurial mindset in order to be able to live in these tough times and these tough economies. Don't keep your mind in the box. Think out of the box in order to ensure that you always have that extra money in your pocket. So for the next tip and next business advices, please stay tuned on my page. Do like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you've got any questions to ask, just drop your question on the comments under below, and I will be very, very, very happy to hear from you. Or if you've got any challenges, or if you liked this video, just comment and tell me what you think about this video. May the Lord bless you. See you next time.